We live in an age of remarkable precision, a time when the vast, boundless sky has been tamed, mapped, and meticulously managed. Every aircraft, from the smallest private plane to the colossal jumbo jet, is a node in an intricate, invisible network, guided by unseen hands and voices. This network, air traffic control, is the very heartbeat of modern aviation, a symphony of coordination where every beat, every note, every silence carries immense meaning. We trust this system implicitly, knowing that above the clouds there is always a guardian, always a voice, always a watchful eye. But what happens when that voice falls silent? What happens when the watchful eye suddenly blinks and then simply isn't there? This is the profound, chilling question that lies at the heart of aviation's most enduring mysteries: the complete, inexplicable disappearance of an aircraft, leaving behind nothing but a void and an echoing silence. It's a scenario that challenges our deepest assumptions about technology, human vigilance, and the very fabric of our ordered world. It's a moment when the meticulously crafted tapestry of control unravels, not with a catastrophic tear, but with an eerie, perfect quiet. Imagine, for a moment, the scene within a bustling air traffic control center. The soft hum of electronics, the focused intensity of dozens of controllers, each a master of their sector, their eyes, scanning glowing radar screens, their voices, a constant calm presence in the ears of pilots soaring thousands of feet above. Our story often begins with a routine call. Perhaps it's Flight 377, a modern jetliner carrying hundreds of souls, making its way across a vast ocean. The controller, let's call her Eleanor Vance, a veteran with 2 decades of experience, checks in. Flight 377, confirm altitude and heading, over. The pilot's voice, calm and professional, responds, confirming the parameters, perhaps a casual remark about smooth air. All clear, Eleanor. We're at 37,000 feet, heading to see you on the next handoff. Then, a moment later, Eleanor prepares for the next routine check-in. She calls again. Flight 377 ATC. Do you read? Nothing. A beat. Perhaps a flicker of annoyance. Radio interference. A momentary lapse. She calls again, a touch more urgency in her tone. Flight 377. This is Eleanor Vance. Do you read? Confirm your position. Still, nothing. Just the static hum of an open channel. A silence that begins to feel heavy, unnatural. The radar screen, usually a kaleidoscope of blinking data points, still shows Flight 377's transponder signal, a beacon of its presence. But the radio silence persists. This is the first crack in the facade of control. To understand the gravity of this, we must first grasp the robust nature of air traffic control. A TC isn't just one person or one radio. It's a global network of interconnected systems, redundant communications, and multiple layers of oversight. Every aircraft is equipped with multiple radios, transponders that constantly broadcast identifying data and altitude, and emergency locator transmitters ELTs, designed to activate upon impact. Pilots are rigorously trained for every conceivable emergency, from engine failure to complete electrical loss. The protocol for a major incident is immediate: declare a mayday, squawk emergency codes, like 7704 general emergency, report technical faults, or at the very least, attempt to communicate asterisks, something, asterisk. The system is designed to prevent absolute silence. So, what must happen for ATC to permanently lose contact with an aircraft? It's not just a missed call. It's the vanishing act of an entire system. It means the aircraft's primary and secondary radios are silent. It means its transponder, the electronic heartbeat of its presence, ceases to transmit. It means the pilots, despite their training, their protocols, and their multiple communication options, sent no signal, no distress call, no hint of trouble. It means the world's most advanced air traffic management system suddenly finds itself staring into an abyss where a moment ago a highly sophisticated machine carrying hundreds of lives had been. The timeline of events from that last contact unfolds with a chilling, almost predictable dread. The initial gap, a few seconds, stretches into minutes. Eleanor's voice, now laced with genuine concern, becomes more insistent. Other controllers in adjacent sectors are alerted. Anyone have Flight 377? The answer is always the same. Negative. The transponder signal, which had been a comforting constant on the radar, begins to behave erratic. Perhaps it flickers, a ghost in the machine, or simply vanishes altogether, leaving a blank space where a moving data block once was. This is the point where the initial confusion gives way to alarm. Elnor, following protocol, initiates a series of escalating actions. She tries alternative frequencies, contacts other aircraft in the vicinity to relay messages, queries nearby ground stations. The silence, however, remains absolute. Within minutes, the ATC supervisor is notified. Then senior management. The initial gap of radio silence and transponder disappearance quickly morphs into a full-blown emergency. The search for a lost aircraft begins, even before it's officially declared missing. The most suspicious point in this unfolding drama is the utter absence of any unusual signs or emergency signals before the aircraft disappeared. No mayday call, no report of engine trouble, no cabin pressure warning. Nothing. This raises a profound question. Was the silence intentional, perhaps due to an act of extreme malice, or was it the result of such a catastrophic and instantaneous failure that the crew had no time, no capability to utter a single word? The very systems designed to prevent absolute silence had, paradoxically, delivered precisely that. The moment all assumptions collapse arrives when the primary radar, the raw, unfiltered echo of the aircraft's physical presence, finally loses its signal. Until then, there's always a glimmer of hope, a possibility that the transponder failed or the radios went out, but the plane itself was still flying. But when primary radar, which doesn't rely on the aircraft's own systems to transmit, also loses contact, the grim reality sets in. The aircraft is truly gone. Now, the search begins in earnest. But it's a search without a starting point, without a distressed beacon. There's no debris field reported, no activated ELT signal piercing the airwaves. The vastness of the ocean or the wilderness becomes an overwhelming adversary. The initial search area, based on the last known position, expands exponentially with every passing hour. Each day without discovery, each passing week, sees the clues fading, the hope diminishing. Eventually, with heavy hearts and exhaustive efforts, the official declaration is made. Aircraft missing. What do we know when such an event occurs? We know the precise time and location of the last contact. We have the radar data leading up to the disappearance, the ATC recordings, the flight plan, the weather reports. We have a mountain of information about Asterisk. What was happening Asterisk just before the silence? But what we don't know, and what haunts us most deeply, is the Asterisk. We don't know why the pilots didn't send an emergency signal. We don't know what happened in that cockpit in those final moments. Was it human error? A critical misjudgment? Was it a technical failure? A flaw in the machine? Perhaps one never before seen? Was it external interference? An act of sabotage? Or an environmental phenomenon beyond our current understanding? These are the questions that echo in the void left by the missing aircraft. The most suspicious point, the heart of the enigma, is that perfect silence within a system designed never to be completely silent. It's a paradox that defies our technological prowess and our logical frameworks. In a world where every piece of data is logged, every communication recorded, and every contingency planned for, the sudden, absolute cessation of all signals is an anomaly that challenges our fundamental understanding of safety and control. These unexplained disappearances are not just statistics. They are profound mysteries that push the boundaries of human knowledge and technological innovation. They force us to confront the limits of our control, the fragility of our advancements, and the enduring power of the unknown. Yet, in this confrontation lies a powerful, albeit somber, inspiration. It is the inspiration to tirelessly pursue answers, to relentlessly refine our systems, to learn from every gap in our understanding, and to ensure that the skies, despite their vastness and their secrets, become ever safer. The silence may be profound, but the human spirit's quest for truth, for understanding, and for safety will never be truly quieted. These mysteries, rather than defeating us, serve as a constant reminder of our capacity for resilience, for inquiry, and for an unwavering commitment to unraveling the deepest enigmas of our modern world. Subscribe to the channel to continue following our work.